Okay, hello everyone, I'm doing a live Blitz game here. I'm going to do a 10-minute game, so I'm going to have to split the video up in two parts. I played e4 and my opponent played the French defense e6, so I'm gonna play d4. I'm hoping to get into a tarrasch with knight to d2. Now he can play knight f6 or c5. On c5 I'll go knight to f3, knight on g to f3. Now a normal move would be c takes, but he didn't play that, and instead played knight to c6. Now I'm thinking about playing e takes d5. Maybe bishop b5 is okay too. I don't quite know what to play here. I think I'm going with e takes d5. If queen takes, then maybe bishop c4. Okay. Now we'll play bishop c4. Okay, this is an interesting move. I might just castle here to protect the queen of the rook, so that I can do knight takes d4. Okay, now knight takes d4. Now he has got to play queen takes d1. Then I'm gonna take back with the rook. If he takes, I'm gonna play knight f3. And I think I'm winning back the pawn because he cannot play e5 because I can just take. So I regain the pawn. Then I will have a 3 against 2 majority on the queen side, and he will have a 4 against 3 majority on the king side. Maybe I can later play bishop to f6. Now he's aiming at f2. I might play bishop b and knight to b5 to threaten knight c7. Check, but he can just castle, so maybe that's not a great idea. I'm just playing knight to b3 to attack the bishop. Now bishop g5. He might play knight to e4. And then I could play bishop d3. No, I can't because of f2. What about bishop d3 now? To prevent. Can also play knight g4 at some point. f2 is very weak. Maybe I should just try to defend it somehow. What about just giving a check here? No, that just trades off his bad bishop. thinking about knight d4 to block off the diagonal of this bishop. I'm gonna try. What about just rook e1? If knight g4, then rook e2. I'm gonna try that. Okay, now rook e2. Okay, now a3 to attack the knight. He played knight f6. Now I could play bishop g5 to threaten to double his pawns. He plays knight d5, and I play rook d1, maybe. I'm gonna try that. After rook d1, he maybe has knight b4. But I can answer that with a3 because the c2 pawn is protected by this rook on a2, on e2. Okay, now rook to d1. Threatening to win a pawn by taking here. And if now f6. Now e6 is a bit weak. I think I'm just gonna play bishop h4. Still threatening to win a pawn here. And if he plays rook to d8, okay, now he played that. Okay, I didn't consider that. I think I have to play rook to d2 here. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, he's attacking my bishop, so I will just drop it back to g3. And now he plays knight to e5. Now I have the option of just taking the knight, which would double his pawns. And I could follow up with rook to e2, and then he can play bishop to c7 to defend that. If I do not want to take it, I would have to move my bishop. And where am I going to put this? I think I'm just playing bishop to e2, trying to limit the possibilities of the knight. Now let's see, what could he play? He has problems developing here. He could play. Maybe a good plan is king h2 and f4 to kick the knight.